What's up, everybody? Andrew Mahone here with Riley Hulbert.
What up, my homies?
We are going to be playing a game on PTCGO today. I'm letting Riley pilot because we're playing Zoroark, and Riley is just really good at playing Zoroark. So instead of Riley telling me what to do, we're just going to let Riley play here. And
fair.
Yeah. Now we are playing Worlds format here on PTCGO, and Riley, you really like Zoroark. So tell me, why do you like Zoroark?
I think Zoroark just has, at worst, a lot of 50-50 matchups across the board, which is something that's really appealing to me going into Worlds. I know there's, you can take more... Basically, the two strategies, you can take, a 50-50 type deck and hope you can beat everybody, or you take, a matchup blowout kind of deck and hope you hit the right matchups. Both, I think, are pretty valid strategies. I think Rayquaza subscribes more to, blowing people up, although it's less matchup heavy and more draw heavy.
Right.
But decks like Zoroark Control are way based on your matchups. But Zoroark Garbodor is very, it's very bare bones. You got Ability Lock, you got N, but you also got Zoroark. All these cards are fantastic, and Trash Launch also fantastic. So really, there's just no harm in playing it. So it's just a really consistent deck. It has the Ability Lock aspect, which is really cool. And this is a fire opening hand, honestly, even though I started
you have Mysterious Treasure, very good. Yeah,
so Mysterious Treasure is awesome. This deck plays less Bridget than a traditional Zoroark deck, but the Mysterious Treasure kind of acts as an additional Bridget.
It does.
When JW and I were playing Zoropod, there was a period of time that we played the Mysterious Treasure as well. And we were like, oh, we play 4 Bridget Mysterious Treasure. That's our 5th Bridget. We're never going to ever whiff Bridget. And we didn't. Well, JW did. I didn't.
Right.
Until our top 4 game. Then I whiffed it both games.
That's awesome. So I see Zoroark Garbodor as a deck also where you can kind of outplay some of your opponents too. You have opportunities to make skillful in-game decisions. A deck that doesn't feel like that to me is Rayquaza. I really just feel like I'm at the whim of the deck, and it's either going to work or it's going to not. And I'm either going to tee off and just put my opponent in an early checkmate, or, my deck is going to kind of, flounder somewhere, and it doesn't really end up going the way that I need it to. Oh, yikes.
There she goes. And a puzzle at a time.
And a puzzle at a time. So we're looking at probably Zoroark Lycanroc?
It's either Lycanroc or Lucario. Usually when I see Diancie, I assume it's Lucario.
Lucario, right.
Just because the math is better on Lucario than it is for Lycanroc. But we'll see. I mean, it could really go either way. I've been trying Zoroark Lycanroc as well. The only problem with Zoroark Lycanroc is that it's hard to get both the basic fighting energy is really good on Lycanroc right now because there's so much special energy hate.
Like that enhanced hammer in your hand.
If he attached a strong to that Rockruff, I would feel so good about this turn. I still feel good about it because he didn't get a energy down at all.
No, right.
But yeah, there's so much special energy hate that you can't really play the strongs and get the benefit of that while also avoiding that. But the problem is you really want the strongs for the Buzzwole matchup in particular is one where the strongs are incredibly useful.
And you just ripping the parallel here as
well.
Parallel
is awesome. We're gonna remove that Tapu Lele from our hand, get 2 new cards, hopefully get some more Zoroarks in play. We could Ultra Ball for it. I don't really know if it's even worth it though. I feel like we can just chill for a second here. Let's parallel our opponent down to 3. They'll probably just bump the Lele and maybe a Rangaroo.
Probably a Rangaroo if I had to guess.
It's the most logical
puzzle. Right, they'll puzzle the Rangaroo.
I don't really know why they even put Rangaroo down. Maybe they prize all their other Rockruffs or something.
Right.
Zoroark Lycanroc actually can be kind of a tough matchup for this deck, depending on how quickly they go ahead and get energy on the board.
Right.
They can actually set up checkmate on turn 3 if they get energy dropped every single turn and they don't get removed.
Right. So that's why playing the basic fighting would be great.
Right.
So
playing the basic fighting plays right into that.
What could be happening is that they play a Diancie in basic fighting because 130 is just such a good number to hit with Claw Slash.
It is a good number.
And also 170 is a great number to hit for 3 benched Pokemon. So that could be their answer to not playing strong energy. I don't know how much I like that, but I also do like the idea and there's a basic energy right there. So that could be what's going on here.
Yeah, the problem as well with Zoroark Lycanroc is that, your bench real estate is very, very valuable. And so the Diancie hitting the board makes it, it's that much harder to get, your extra Rockruffs in play. which are just so important for the deck. It's really insane how important those Rockruffs are. When people target those down, it just feels so bad.
It does, because that's your whole thing as far as being stronger than your opponent, is like keeping this Lycanroc in play, getting energy onto it. It's a 2, and here comes an Enhanced Hammer, a lot
Pretty
of
good
special
turn for my
energy
opponent
hate.
here.
Definitely.
Oh, but they whiff. They whiff an energy.
They did whiff an energy.
Wow.
They need at least a regular, and I think they traded away a basic fighting.
They did, and it's sometimes really risky to do that.
It's very risky to do that.
I'm wondering what the other cards were in their hands. So we're just gonna parallel them down. They're gonna bump a Lele and one of the Rockruffs. But like that's still pretty good for us.
It is. I think honestly, you don't just attach the fighting and just hope that you can't Guzman it out. Like, but then if you do Guzman it out, you're in such a great spot.
Right. I mean, even so, trading it can be kind of greedy. The question is, do I want to just hit the Zoroark or do I want to get rid of a Rockruff? I guess let's see what he does with Peril. There's a chance he keeps the Lele just as a bigger body.
Right.
There are definitely moments with like Zoroark decks where the Lele can be really useful. It's just like a basic that can attack.
Right.
Honestly, given that energy whiff, I almost just want to attack, but I think Guzman the Rockruff's better because we get down to even prizes again.
I like that. Yeah.
We'll just switch to the Zoroark instead of going through Lele.
And then how many items does he have in the discard pile?
Not very many yet. Just 4.
4.
Oh, 5. The Enhanced Hammer.
Okay.
Yeah, but then when we draw a Field Blower, it'll be 6.
Right.
Field Blower obviously really good in Garbodor decks for that purpose.
So
really,
good.
It's really hard for the Zoroark decks to actually hit the item breakpoints on the Zoroarks themselves. Just because it takes 10 items in a choice band, that's like the minimum.
Right.
And that's a lot of items. It is. But once they play double puzzle, basically is when the tipping point happens usually.
Yeah. Because they're usually double puzzling, sometimes even for another item, and it's like.
Yeah, you'll be double. You'll be double puzzling. You'll be playing another item. Like it's your combo turn.
Right.
So we'll see what happens here. There actually have been moments when I've noticed that double puzzle will put me over an item breakpoint. And so I'll double puzzle and take an item out of my discard and not play it. Just so I only have effectively played one item.
So you can keep it at like 9 instead of 10.
Yeah, and that's been huge. I actually was playing this exact matchup as the Zoroark Lycanroc player yesterday, and that was what ended up winning me the game. Was I was one item short.
That's crazy.
Because I kept an item in my hand.
You have to be stingy with your tools too, and just slamming the float stones down and things like that. Not what you want to do. If you can make them use a field blower to only remove.
Rubbish.
If you can make them use a field blower to only remove maybe one tool, that's much better.
For sure. And so this turn we're probably gonna hit into this Zoroark. Ooh, Kartana's really good.
Ooh, we do have Blade GX as an option.
Pretty greedy to bench Kartana here.
I don't think you.
Another Trubbish is like by far the optimal play.
Right.
So we're probably not gonna play Kartana this turn. But
However,
we might later on.
We could.
We could. I actually am not even 100% positive if the last Trubbish is in the deck. I think it is.
Because, I mean, are you going to Ultra Ball for it?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
So I think we'll actually get rid of Kartana here. Yeah, there's the other Trubbish.
Yeah, that's good.
I feel like that's a better use of our bench spot. We can also draw the Enhanced Hammer.
So you pretty much are not setting up the ability Garbodor here. No interest in that.
I think I might evolve it this turn and hopefully like Cynthia into a tool because I think it would be pretty good this turn.
Right.
It makes it much harder to get the multi-switch combo.
Because he does have Lycanroc out. You know he probably plays multi-switch.
Right. And so that's something I'm afraid of. We also got rid of the Floatstone. Ooh, great. So we don't have any trades left, right? Yeah. So we'll just Floatstone here. We have another Field Blower in hand if we need abilities again.
You can break your own lock. Yep.
So we'll just ride his beating here, and that's a great situation to be in.
This is because you lock him up. Maybe he doesn't have the Field Blower. He's probably stuck just swinging into your Zoroark GX with the DCE there on the damaged Zoroark.
Right. What's big for him will be whether or not he gets an energy drop on the Lycanroc this turn, I think.
He needs to get the basic fighting.
It looks
so the
like he's
double puzzle
play,
he's forcing it to happen. He's saying, you got one Trubbish, that's only one Trash Lanch I have to deal with.
Oh, it's single puzzle play.
Oh, no.
It's always so hard to tell on TCGO.
It is hard to tell.
It used to be when they were playing single puzzle, it would just pop up, and when they did double puzzle, it would do that thing where it pops up again. But now I've noticed it just always pops up the second time.
It always looks like 2. Right.
So I don't know what the deal is there. We don't even really need to break our own lock here.
I don't think you do.
I think I'm going to retreat the Zoroark, though.
Yes, and I think you just knock it out with a clean Zoroark. Go to 2 prizes. Feel good about it.
Right, and my opponents, they're really on thin ice here. They have 3 cards in hand, 1 trade in play, even if they draw a Field Blower.
Right.
So I'm feeling pretty good here. One thing I could have done is I could have united the Trubbish, which probably was a good play to make. But it seems like they're just putting the Lycanroc up and hoping I got nothing for a turn.
Right.
Oh, they do have the multi-switch in hand.
Whoa. All right.
That's scary for sure. Let's see what their item count is.
Is it 10 yet?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So I actually can't knock it out with it.
Was it 10?
Was it? I thought it was 9. Yeah. 5 right there. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh, yeah, I didn't count the second float.
10, yes.
Yeah, so we just Ultra Ball for Garbodor for game.
End the game right here, yeah.
And that's going to be that. We have Guzma in hand, too, for the Lele if it was 9.
Right.
So we'll be a little bit careful here just in case it's prized.
I think...
I'm pretty sure it's in deck.
Yeah, there it is. Okay.
But, like, just in case we want to take the safest Ultra Ball discard possible.
Right. You know, and then you could have Field Blower, looked for a second puzzle or something like that to bring one back.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And so we'll just trash lands for 200 for a KO. Normally, I would say Zoroark Lycanroc is favored versus other Zoroark decks just as a general rule, but... You know, if they don't get those energy drops, Zoroark Lycanroc is honestly just terrible. Like, it needs energy drops every single turn.
It does. So, I mean, but the deck only plays maybe like 4 fighting.
4 to 5 fighting and like the 4 DCE, and that's all you're running. So, like, these games happen. They happen a lot. You know, I've played a lot of Zoroark Lycanroc in my day. I've played it like 4 regionals now, and so I totally get it. Like, it happens all the time.
You just showed that, like, kind of an aggressive Zoroark with some parallels, you know?
Parallel City is just the card of the format right now.
It really is.
It rotating honestly excites me a lot. Not just because I play Zoroark, but just that card is so oppressive.
It's
like
too oppressive.
As soon as you play a Lele down and you have like a Parallel City on you, it just feels terrible.
Right.
Like,
it makes every deck have to play like multiple Field Blower or counter stadium.
Yeah, it's bad. It's bad. It's rough.
Yeah, and it really favors like simpler setup decks over your more complex setup decks. You know, just. Really constrains the format, in my opinion. But
yeah, for sure. And Zoroark Garbodor takes advantage of it so well. You have a potentially one-sided ability lock if you want to get that off. You play so many Field Blowers just for your own Garbodors that you can
bench
easily
control,
remove the parallels.
Let's show off the list real quick just to show you guys what we were working with there. And thanks again to Riley for helping us pilot it there and show the deck off a little bit for anybody interested in the World Championship format here. You see we got those unit energies, 3 units. People are playing that with the Kartana GX. Super cool.
Blade GX is so awesome.
So awesome. I felt like I always hear people say this deck could take 5 prizes very easily, but sometimes struggles.
It can, yeah. We found that a lot in some of our test games before Nationals when we were testing for Madison, I think. We were testing a lot of Zoroark Garbodor, and we would always be stuck on the 5th prize, and that Kartana was so great for closing out games.
I would like get to, 1 prize remaining versus Natalie. I'd like enter, she has no Trash Lunch in play. I have Rayquaza out. I'm like, oh, I'm in the clear. This is great. She would have to find like sometimes we were playing the Sylveon in here. Not in the Sylveon. There's no Sylveon in here right now. She'd have to find the Sylveon and a Choice Band and a DCE. She just gets in. She's like, oh, I have it. Like, what? What? Benches Kartana, unit, Blade.
Yeah, it feels so bad to lose to a Blade.
It feels really bad.
I lost to it on stream, and it felt terrible. It Nationals.
It just does feel terrible. But anyways, thank you all for watching the video. Make sure to like the video, sub to the channel, ring that bell. Check out all links in the description below. Peace.